who is having the NDE, who is the experiencer of the NDE, the OOBE, the near-death experience, the out-of-body experience, who is experiencing it? Mind. The body's not experiencing it. It cannot be experiencing it. The body is where it is. During overwhelming bliss, what we call awakening enlightenment, when this person that I used to be, and that I appear to be now, disappeared. No identity, no me, no association with me and the world. Just something was taking place, life, in this bliss state. Many call it amnesia, walking around as if you're lost, as if you're looking to be found, but you're not looking to be found in this state. You never want to be found in this state. You never want to return to the person state in this state. But you can't make that decision while you're in that state until you return to the person state to realize what was taking place. The NDE can only be analyzed, measured, on the return to the body. Can it not? Assuming there is a leaving of the body. In this state, when this form, or whatever it was walking, suddenly the breath began to slow down. And this, what you would call a me, disappeared completely. And only on the return to this me state could it be understood. But this, whatever I was, whatever I am, appeared to be 50 feet above the body. Stretching. The question is, did the body stretch? Did I stretch? It was the mind. The mind that you feel it belongs to you personally, it does not belong to you personally. It is infinite and non-dual. The disassociation with the body, the disassociation with I, the disassociation with the person, me, the knowledge of what I was, the conditioned, inherited information that had been bound and stuck to create a bubble so that this one feels as if it's encased in the bubble. It popped. Boom. Mind free. Of course, there's a mistake to say, I was the soul, I was the spirit. The mind reveals what its capability is, what its possibility is. And then it takes you back into the body. And it gives you a quality of mind to try and understand it. Realistically, there was no me understanding it. There was nothing taking place. There was vast experience of a life. Not my life or a single life, of life living itself. OOBE. Not once did I leave the body, this mind leave the body, because the body is in the midst of the mind. So how can the mind leave the body? The body can only leave the mind. Did I know what I was? No, I did not know what I was before this 50 feet adventure into the universe. into the sky. Certainly didn't know then. Just bliss. Beautiful, profound love. And that's what we truly are. We make the mistakes of, and I have personal involvement with dementia. We make mistakes to say the poor soul. They've just lost their I am. They've lost their identity. All their lives they've been carrying this identity forced into guidelines and rules and boundaries and ways and methods and how to do it, how not to do it, where to do it, why you're doing it, how much effort to make, how much consequences, how much rewards, if you're a good boy, if you do this. And then they have dementia and we feel sorry for them and they're free. They're free to express themselves because the mind and the body are still together. But the ego mind that associates and identifies itself with, I am Graham, this body, I am this person, is gone. There's only an expression of life. To the mind of the identity, the ego, that strong mind that encases most of us, all of us, well, all of us, and more to some extent than others. A dementia patient has no ego. A powerful ruler and billionaire who wants to rule and become the greatest man or the greatest saint in the country. Full of ego. But the ego itself is just a way of trying to conform ourselves into this I. This I. This I is essential for us to not be all be demented. This I that has been manipulated, controlled, systematically projected as a shadow I, a fake I, an elusive I, a pretend I, a conforming I, a systematic I, a programmed I, has to die. Die before I die. I am is the association with me. I am. When you say, that's not what I am, or that's not that I am, you are talking about yourself. But when you remove I am and say that what one is, there's a feeling of it could possibly be about me, but it also can be possibly about the world. That's what one is. It's a non-dual way of realizing you're not this solitude, lump of flesh and bones. You're never this lump of flesh and bones. This mind is floating through this lump of flesh and bones. Without the lump of flesh and bones, the mind cannot create its infinite possibilities. But the ego I, the I up here that thinks it's creating, oh, I'm intelligent, I'm creating so much infinite possibilities, is a grain in the sand compared to the possibilities of the true I that stabilizes each one of us. The body is a stable factor in all of this. The mind is that floating cloud, that floating space, that emptiness that Buddha speaks about, Krishna speaks about, Vedanta speak about. They speak about this emptiness. But without the stable body, this emptiness is dementia. It means nothing. It's an expression of consciousness, an expression of life. And to us that have been programmed and conditioned to saying there's a normal way of living, they're not normal. They're expressing themselves, but not in a way that is accepted by this conformed entity that I has become. We're not here as gurus or as spiritual teachers to speak about losing the I. There are two I's. The one that supersedes the other. It's like this body in the sun. When the sun shines, there's a shadow. Shines from above there, there's a shadow behind you. Which one are you? Are you the shadow or are you the body? You're the body projecting a shadow. The shadow cannot be separated from you. NDE, or out of body experience. Yeah? When the shadow is taken away. Okay? That's the shadow of the body. When the body as the shadow is taken away, not accepted, detached from. I don't want to be this person anymore. Mind says, okay, this is how it's going to be then. You're going to be vast and colossal, but you'll have no identity. You'll be an experience of consciousness, but you'll have no way of knowing what you're doing, who you are, where you're going, and all that stuff. You'll be in a bliss, beautiful state, but there's no point to you in this mind full of infinite possibilities.